I am an ascended man, for I have beaten the Utawararumono trilogy. Yes, I call it a trilogy. I know that some people feel that it's like one game and then a duology with Mask of Truth, with Mask of Deception and Mask of Truth. But I feel you don't get the complete experience unless you play all three. But that's just my 2 cents. Anyways, for the people who haven't, who are only watching the 9/9 videos, I smashed my head against the table, just completely just hulked out and recorded for 7 hours this Thursday to finish that game. So sorry if I may be a bit out of it still, especially since I had to help in the garden again today. But yeah, also something I found out that apparently after the endings, there's like the Dream Arena thing. That's also was a thing for Mask of Deception, where it's basically just like post game with stupid scenarios to help train. And apparently, because it was nothing important in Mask of Deception. However, the ending in Mask of Truth, for some reason, like there's apparently something at the end that adds on to that. At least that's what I was told. So I'm doing the entire Dream Arena to get to that. And I'm mentioning that here because of one viewer that I've talked to a lot who's really salty about Mask of Truth. So I'm saying this for his sake. Because apparently there is a chance that playing through the post-game may save the story a bit for you. A bit at least. The fact that you have to play through the post-game to get there? Very suspect. However, the post-game is also fucking hilarious. One level is literally just, yes. You got stranded in a fucking snowy mountain in your underwear. With only a girl in her bathing suit nearby who's calling the main character a pervert. And the only way for you to warm up is... and you need to find a way to warm up. So... you warm up by letting her slap you, and then you need to fucking run away from her. Because, you know there's a fucking fire off in the distance. It's wild. Also, it got me today. I haven't tried this, by the way. So this will be interesting. That's fine. Probably has more alcohol than the stuff I'm used to, though. Hello? There we go. Yeah, this has a lot more alcohol than I'm used to. It's got fucking 10%. It's a 0.75 liter bottle. However, I did have to give 1 glass to my mother for tax and all that. Anyways, let's just get into it with the talk.
っていう相談をね、先輩から受けました。でね、ニーニは先輩に。
いや。どうなの？
何が？
相談内容全部話すのどうなの？それ。
いやだって先輩が話していいって言ったし。
いいったってお前。ベッドインのくだりとかは話す必要ないだろうが。
だって先輩がもう私が汚れだってことはバレてるから全然問題ないって。
What?
汚れって。お前汚れって。
先輩が自分でそう言ってたの。
Sort of slams the table in defiance. I was wondering why I sort of just barged in without warning. Oh, by the way, something I feel the need to mention is, you remember how recently I complained about the fact that I fucking stubbed my toe and it hurt like a bitch? I stubbed it again! toenail is now standing at an angle, and weird fluid is collecting underneath it. I don't like it. It is not nice, and only now did I actually notice the fluid. That was literally the first time I've noticed it. I'm going to go upstairs and check what the fuck that is about real quick. I am back. I have not consulted a medical professional. I've still no idea what that is, and there's a lightning storm going on outside. Let's hope the fucking electricity doesn't go out. I was wondering why Solo just barged in without warning. Then she tells me this.
で、さ、もうめんどいからズバッと聞くけどさ。
めんどいって、人の相談をお前な。
ぶっちゃけ、どうなん？ニーニはどうなん？
なんでお前に言わなくちゃいけないんだよ。
気持ち決まってるなら保留にする必要ないじゃん。
だから、お前に言う必要ないだろ？ちゃんと本人に言うよ。
Oh, please, you don't have to pause. She's gonna say something along those lines.
真面目かよ。
真面目だよ。
じゃあさ、ニーニが先輩のどこに魅力を感じているか教えてください。
だからなんでそんなこと。
情報を仕入れないといけねえんだよ。情報屋としてのメンツが潰れんだよ。
だよそれ。
ほら、先輩がそれで自分磨きするから。
まあ優しいところとか。
優しい。うんうん。
ちょっと天然なところとか。
わかる。
あと、顔が可愛い。
まあね、結局外見かよってなるけど、そこはね、大事ね。
あと、胸？
あ？
胸がでかい。
おい。ぶっちゃけすぎだろ、お前、おい。
んだよ、正直に話してんだろうが。
そこは隠せよ、性欲を。隠せよ。
めんどくせえな。
ぼやくのはまだしも、舌打ちはやめろ、舌打ちは。他にいいところ、ちゃんとしたいいところ。
他に？観察眼が鋭いっていうか、人のこと見てるよな、先輩。
わかる。それすごくわかる。てかさっきわかった。意外と鋭いよね、ほんと。
あとは、胸。
胸が
でかい。
2回目だぞ。お前ふざけんなよ。
ふざけてねえよ、真面目だよ。
余計たち悪いだろ。いいのね、それで。先輩の魅力はそこでいいのね。
ああ、いい。
もうこいつだそうですよ、先輩。あれ？
Sort of bolts up and stomps over to the kitchen door.
なんだ、ちゃんといるじゃん。なんで音楽聴いてるの？おーい、先輩。はい。
Whoops.
ニーニの話聞いてました？
いえ。盗み聞きはやっぱり良くないと思って音楽聴いてました。
真面目かよ。
すみません。
先輩、こっち来てください。
はい。
じゃじゃーん、実は先輩も来ていたのでした。
あ、どうも。
お邪魔してます。
なんだその薄い反応は。
知ってたし。気配したし。ああ、いるなって。
気づいてたのに胸とか言ってたの？怖い。変態かよ、こいつ。怖い。
先輩のぶっちゃけトーク聞いちゃったから、俺も行った方がいいかなって思ったんだよ。
胸？
先輩のでかい胸が好きらしいです。
おい！
何？
改めて言うなよ、恥ずかしいだろ。
なんだこいつめんどくせえ。
胸が。
どうすか先輩、こいつ体目当てっすよ。最低っすね。
いえ、自分の武器全部使うつもりだったので、むしろ好都合というか、やりやすくなったというか。
この人も何
She is just so confused.
というか、知ってたというか。
何がです？
よく、視線が私の胸に行ってたので。
おい、バレてんぞ、お前。
I cover my face with both my hands and fall backwards. Oh my god! That's so freaking embarrassing! But what else can I do? My eyes just end up looking there! I can't help it!
もだえておるわ。
そんな見るくらい全然大丈夫なので、なんなら、揉みますか？
マジっすか？いいんすか？
言ってんだよ、お前ら正気かよ。似た者同士じゃねえか、もう付き合えよ。
何言ってんだよ。
うわ、普通に照れてる。もうなんかめんどくさくなってきた。ほら先輩、座って座って。
So that's just over there like, what the fuck? It's going all kinds of wrong. Senpai sort of sit across the table from me. I'm getting butterflies in my stomach.
いや、しかし
ん？
最近さ、物騒な話ばっかりだったけどさ。
まあな、緊張感あったな。
やっとさ、こういう話できるようになったよね。世間話的な。いや、世間話じゃねえな。
こんな緩い空気ではなかったな。
そうそう、まだ完全解決ではないけどさ、やっと日常に戻ってきた感あるよね。ねえ、先輩。
あ
れ？
私はいつも一人だったので。
こういううるさいのは日常ではないと。
うるさいなんて思ってなくて、とても楽しくて、夢の中にいるみたいです。
やだもん、そんなこと言われたらキュンとしちゃう。みやこ先輩も言ってたけど、近いうちにやりたいね。
ああ、いいな。俺そういうの好きじゃなかったけど、みんなとはやりたいな。
Oh, by the way, I told y'all how I don't have any idea what that thing with my toes up, so I've just pinched a fucking paper towel and then.
私も前のパーティー楽しかったです。
いいですよね、ああいうの。てか、兄やん筋肉痛は？
いや、全然良くない。今日一歩も外出てない。
マジで？ご飯どうしたの？
先輩が作ってくれたカレー食ったよ。
あれをですか？
めっちゃ興味あるんだけど、まだ残ってる？
ある。
食べたい！
温めてくるわ。
2人分。
いいんすか？
生み出してしまった責任は取らないと。
悲壮感すごすぎて期待値がぐんぐん上がっていくんですが。
まあ、俺はコメントしにくいけど。
なんていうか、クソまずいです。
シェフ、早く持ってきてシェフ。高坂先輩にここまで言わせるカレー早く食べさせて。
少々お待ちを。
Him saying like the right away man immediately reminds me because I said I had to give tribute earlier. Like my mother was literally outside like working on some arts and crafts and I literally walked up to her, like placed the glass in front of her, just like like and she just looked up at me like only thing is like missing is like the fucking towel around your arm.
そんなものを新見さんに食べさせてしまい、本当にごめんなさい。
I smile awkwardly at Senpai. She hangs her head in shame, but then head into the kitchen. I pull the pot of curry out of the fridge, pop it on the stove, and turn up the heat. As for the rice she made for me yesterday, I guess I can warm it up later. Seems like the excess water evaporated, and it's a lot more edible now. It doesn't have as much of a punch as yesterday's meal, but I'm looking forward to Zola's reaction. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be this excited to see someone's disgusted reaction after trying Senpai's cooking. I'll take a peek out into the living room. They look like they're having a nice chat. But I was right, it's been a while since things felt this awkward. But it's still not over yet. Yoshi did let go of the evil eye. But I don't know if he's given up on hunting users. Iris is still alive and well too. Plus, we still need to collect all the other fragments. Fragments? Artifacts. Where did I get fragments? There might be more trouble up ahead for us, Miss Notice included. But in my heart, I hope for these lazy days to continue. Such sentimental thoughts come to mind as I watch the pot come to a boil. It's looking about ready now. Take out the rice from the fridge and nuke it in the microwave. After that, I put it on some plates, and it's good to go.
お待たせいたしました。
お、来た。
Soda's giddy after the wait. In contrast, Senpai's expression is bleak.
どうぞ召し上がってくださいって作ったのは先輩だけど。
先輩、いただきます。
どうぞ。私もいただきます。
He's just over there like. The two of them grab their spoons.
見た目はね。
Soda grins and Senpai looks like she's about to burst into tears. As Senpai grins and Senpai looks, as Soda grins and Senpai looks like she's about to burst into tears, they each eat a spoonful of the stuff.
まずい。
Also, like every time I see Sora in that outfit, like my instincts just tell like drum the belly, drum the belly, drum the belly, just to piss her off, because that's the big brother instinct. And it's something I do with my little sister whenever she has her belly out, just to piss her off and get her to pull her shirt down.
おはー。
おはようございます。
I meet up with Sora and Haruka by the train station. Three of us head to school together.
体平気ですか？
まだ痛いですけど、なんとか。
休むかと思ってた。
家出る直前まで悩んでた。
まあ連絡なかったから来るのは分かってたけどさ。デスカレー先輩電車の中でずっと心配してたよ。
ずっと家から出てなかったみたいなので、大丈夫って言ってはいたけど、やっぱり大変なのかなって。
どうなん？結構してんの？痩せ我慢的な。
え？ああ、いや、鎮痛剤は持ってきてるけど、痩せ我慢ってほどでは。
だって安心だね、デスカレー先輩。
はい、よかったです。
いや、よくないだろ。
え？やっぱ痛いの？
じゃなくて、めっちゃナチュラルに呼んでたけど、お前、おい。じゃねえよ、お前なんだよ、デスカレー先輩って。
あのクソまずカレーを作った先輩にこれ以上ふさわしいあだ名はあるまい。
あるまいじゃねえよ、それはもはやあだ名じゃねえだろ、ただの悪口だろ。
別に私気にしてなくて、むしろあだ名つけてもらえて嬉しいなって。
この先輩のけなげな言葉を聞いて罪悪感とかないのか、お前は。
はい、すみません、ちょっと悪乗りしすぎました。なんでちょっと残念そうな顔？
今まで私のあだ名ってブスとかデブとか。
うわ、重い。っていうかデスカレーもそれと同系統だと思いますよ。
お前が言うなよ。
はい、本当にすみません。
いえ、ソラさんのは親しみを込めてっていうのは分かってますので、全然違うと思います。
It's like when two friends walk up to each other and they greet each other like, "Hey, eso! What's up, bastard?"
責任取ってまともなあだ名を考えなさい、ソラくん。
はい。みやこ先輩的なそういうのですよね。
Haru.
その呼び方可愛いなって思ってました。
じゃあ、カレーか。
No, nothing with curry.
カレーから離れろ。
じゃあ、カレーがダメなら思いつかねえな。
おい、
はるか先輩って呼んでいいですか？名字じゃなくて名前で。はい、ぜひ。
Annoying.
じゃあ、私のこともソラさんじゃなくて。
こいつのことはバカって呼んでやってください。
あ、いいのか、つくぞ。お前今全身感度3000倍だろ。つくぞ。
なんだよ感度3000倍って。
あかん。感度ってワードに先輩が反応してしまった。すみません。私のことは呼び捨ててください。あ、この人会話の流れもう忘れてんな。
Annoying. I regret my early shower today.
じゃあ私、呼び捨て苦手なので、ソラちゃんで。
うっす。好きに呼んでください。
As we continue our dumb conversation, we reach school before we knew it. So it splits off from us at the first floor, then Senpai says goodbye to me at the second floor, and I head to my classroom.
おはよう。
うっす、おはよ
I greet Kujo, then settle down in my seat. Yoichi's not here, surprise, surprise. I zone out while waiting for the start of class.
はーい、席ついて。
Just as the bell rings, Miss Naruse comes into the classroom. She seems...
連休終わっちゃったね。起立ではなしでいいよ。
as jaded as always. I can't tell how she's doing from her attitude. Well, she at least recovered enough to come to work, I suppose. Sophie should have already explained the situation to her, but maybe I should speak with her after class.
はい、終わり。今日一日乗り切ればまた休みだからね。頑張りましょう。
Homeroom period finishes. As soon as Miss Naruse leaves the room, the class buzzes with chatter. I absentmindedly sit there and wait for the bell to ring again. The first period starts. And the second and the third, and then the second, the third, the fourth, then lunch break. Take out the sandwich I got at the convenience store from my bag and nibble on it. Man, I'm back to being a total loner now, huh? I'm munching my meal as I gaze out the window, up the sky. Then, someone grabs the seat in front of me, turns it my way, and sits down. Yoichi! Is it Yoichi? Nah.
Yeah.
It's an Enya!
What?
I can't help but be dumbfounded at the sudden unexpected visitor. In the corner of my eye, I can see Kujo getting a little anxious too. What's this guy's business?
話せるか、ベトレイヤ。
やめてくれねえか。いや、じゃなくて。
Everyone else in class is surprised at the sudden appearance of a third year. I'm sure they're all trying to listen in on what we're talking about. The way things are going, everyone's gonna think I'm some chuny edgelord too. I'm gonna be even more isolated than I am now if this keeps up.
話せるが、場所を変えないか。
いや、ここでいい。
俺が良くないんだよ。
そう警戒するな。争いに来たわけではない。
いや、だから。もういいや。
Screw it. There's more trouble than it's worth. Let's get it over with. Let's just immediately make sure he understands. None of the fucking junior things here. I'm already isolated enough as I am.
話して。
まずはおめでとうと言っておこう。無事神殺しを成し遂げたようだな。
殺しちゃいない。追い返しただけだ。
そうか。何はともあれ脅威は去った。君たちの功績を心から称えよう。
Honestly, God, just immediately you even could have made sure just immediately if there's any talk about that kind of topic, we would leave immediately. Just make it like, even if just make it sound like there's conversation about classified information, we will leave this place and go somewhere where classified information can be safely discussed. Just to like set a fire under his chuny ass.
どうも。助かったよ。
私の手助けなど不要だったようだがな。
陽一は
消えた。
は？
姿をくらませた。私に何も告げずな。
傷は？
完治はしていないはずだが、動ける程度には回復している。
そっか。
敵対しているとはいえ、君も余一の友人だ。伝えるべきだと思ってね。余一は消え、ゴーストは君のものに。リグ・ベーダ・アスラは今や私だけだ。もう我々が 君たちバルハラソサイエティとことを構えることはない。その力もない。存分に君たちが信じる正義を振るうがいい。
余市の居場所に心当たりは
ないな。自宅にも
親は
Whoops.
探してないのか。
どこも愛のあふれる家庭とは限らんさ。話は以上だ。邪魔したな。
ああ
Takamina gets up. So Yuichi's gone, huh? He hasn't gone back home either, so he's hiding out somewhere. But why? Just send Ghost out to look for him. Does he still plan on hunting down users? I should tell everyone about this just in case. Losing his gaze, I cut that thought short. Takamina's still here. He's looking down
も
at
う
me.
一ついいだろうか。
何。
一緒に食べていいか。いつも一人なんだが、一度誰かと
いや、
Whoops.
まあいいけど。
オンに切る。
He sits back down and places a paper bag from the bakery by the train station on my table. He actually brought that with him so he could eat with me.
ここの卵サンドが絶品なんだ。
ああ、うん。そこのパンうまいよな。
分かってくれるか。一ついるか。
いや、いい。自分の分あるし。
そうか。
Takamina unwraps the egg sandwich and starts eating. I also get back to my own half-eaten sandwich. Neither of us really engage in conversation. Miyako just... Continue to eat with Kujo's alarmed gazes burn... While Kujo's alarmed gazes burn into me every so often. What the hell is this?
そうだったんだ、深沢くんが。どうしていなくなったりしたんでしょう。
どうでしょうね。わかりません。
にしても司令官も変な人だね。ニーニとご飯食べるとか。
After class, we met up at the school gates, and I told them about Yuichi. As much as I'd like to have everyone gathered at 9 ball for a full debriefing.
先輩バイトなんですよね。
うん、最近あまり入れてなかったから一段落したし、今日からしっかり働こうかなって。ノアちゃんから返事来ました。明日休みだし、今週いっぱいは休息に当ててもいいんじゃないかって。
まだ調子悪いんかな。
大丈夫とは言ってますけど。
帰りましょっか、今日。
そうだね。じゃあ来週集まろっか。
まあ無理に集まらなくてもいいかもな。先生のことが片付くまでソフィーも動けないだろうし。
あ、さつきちゃんは来てた？
うん、普通そうに見えたけど。ミミくんさっき話してたよね。
ああ、早く薬飲んで終わらせたいって愚痴ってた。
いつ完成すんの？
もうすぐだと思うんだけどな。
ソフィーに聞いて、立ち話してたらみやこ先輩バイト遅れちゃうね。
まだ大丈夫だよ。
長話しても仕方ないし。帰るか。
We depart from school and chat about random things until we get to the station.
そうだ、私本屋行きたいんだった。
同じ方向だね。一緒に行こうか。
行く。にーやん、はるか先輩、またね。
また来週。
おう、またな。
さよ
うなら。じゃあ先輩も気をつけて。
はい。
I see Senpai's dejected expression and realize I screwed up. I'm sweating bullets internally. When Sora said she wanted to go to the bookstore, she was probably being considerate of us. I deeply regret bidding her farewell without even considering the situation at hand.
はい。
よかったら、
せっかくだし、どっか行きますか。
はい。
Her guarded expression immediately clears into a ray of sunshine. It'd be way too uncool if I was the one who forced her to invite me out. Good thing I managed to say that to
軽くな
her.
んか食べます？
行きたいところがあって。
じゃあ行きましょうか。どこです？
ラウンド2。
ああ、見たい映画とか？
いえ、その1階のゲームコーナー。
いいですよ。行きましょうか。
すみません。
いえいえ。
Senpai's apology just now must be due to her habit of saying she's sorry for everything, I think to myself. But it's only when we arrive at the arcade that I understand its true meaning.
これ、一度やってみたくて。
Before my eyes is a huge box. The box you enter to take a photograph and mark it up to be all cutesy. That's right. What people call that picoda machine. The thing that party-going girls love. The thing that makes your eyes look bigger and stuff.
撮ったこと、ありますか？
いやないっすね。
ですよね。すみません。新見さん、こういうの好きじゃないと思うんですが。もう流行でもないし、撮って自慢できるものでもないですが、一度してみたくて。
Maybe she's apologetic to me because her voice is getting quieter and quieter. True, there's a high bar. I really hate this sort of thing. But can I say that out loud? That I hate it? Pretty sure Senpai is the type of girl who thinks this is embarrassing too. It probably took a huge amount of courage to invite me. I can't say no. I can't say it's embarrassing, so I won't.
すみません。やっぱり。
いえ、撮りましょう。
いいんですか？
はい、撮りましょう。
ありがとうございます。じゃ
あ。撮りますか。
Timidly we approached the box. Luckily it isn't crowded today. Actually, there's not a soul around. Let's take these photos while we still can.
一応予習してきたんですが。
She taps the touch panel set on the outside.
最初にフレームを決めるみたいです。
フレーム。なるほど。
And you go inside, try to take a picture, and suddenly, oh, wait, wrong booth. People who don't know what I'm referencing with that, there's like a Picoda machine, and I think it was Yakuza 1? Yakuza Kiwami 1. Where you could take pictures, and there's a chance that in the middle of the fucking picture, like, Majima would just, like, come out from off screen, just like... Just fucking photobomb Kiryu and all that.
あれ？先にお金。
俺出します。
いえ、私が。
Shakily taking out her wallet, she inserts a few hundred yen coins. Once again, she touches the panel.
たくさんある。何がいいでしょう。
先輩にお任せします。
どうしよう。
As she thinks, she stares at the panel seriously.
これどうでしょう。シンプルな感じで。
あ、いいと思います。はい。
じゃあ、これ。あとは。
She's out on a bunch of other confusing options besides the frame. A voice emitted by the panel tells that, please move to the photo booth. Senpai and I both jump in surprise at the same time.
撮影ブース。
こっちみたいです。
Following after Senpai, I pass through the curtains. It's pretty roomy in here. Now we're hidden from the eyes of other people. I feel an odd sense of relief. As if it's making me really, really restless.
もうちょい近づいた方がいいですよね、俺たち。
そうですね。
We both shuffle closer together. We're standing next to each other, stiff as rods. Put together, we're like a couple of telephone poles. This is hard to take! For two people who are both complete wallflowers. This is really unbearable!
はい。
腕とか組んでみてもいいでしょうか。
どうぞ。
Blatant advertisement. Their look so fucking serious.
ポーズを真似してねって 指示が出ていますが。
はい。
無視して撮ります。
はい。
撮影ボタンはどれでしょう？
いや、このカウントが0になったら。
そういう、
While we're talking, we hear a robotic voice begin counting down and we both start to panic. Ah, Japanesen Mann! When we're still not ready, the camera takes the photo.
俺なんか目閉じてますね。
This is horrible. Just like, China man. Incredibly racist. Panel has the words "get ready" on it.
これ、まだ撮るんですか？
全部で5枚。いよいよないです。
今度は目開けてます、俺。
私もちゃんとした顔で。
Sound of the shutter clicks. On the panel, we can see the two of us making very serious faces. Is this an ID photo? Is this enough? I go with this?
先輩、大丈夫です、これ。
撮ることに意義があるので。
なるほど。
In the end, those cute poses suggested by the panel were never once put to use. For the remaining shots, we make the same faces and do the same pose, and then the session ends.
落書きブースに移動するみたいです。
行きますか。
はい。
Exiting the photo booth, we head to the booth on the other side.
二人別々に落書きするんですね。
1枚ずつ落書きしていくみたいっすね。
項目たくさん。細かいですね。
好きな目の大きさを選んでね。
すごく大きくなりますね。
わ、俺気持ち悪い。つぶらな瞳の俺気持ち悪い。
かわいい。
マジっすか？なんかすっげえな。雰囲気プラスってなんだ？
光の加減とかも変えられるんですね。すごい。
We're completely baffled by the multitude of options. But while I'm still feeling a little embarrassed, this is starting to get a bit fun. Senpai seems to be full of curiosity about the whole thing and keeps tapping various parts of the touch panel. Suddenly, Senpai's hand stops.
いろいろ落書きしたいけど、せっかくだからこのままがいいな。
全部同じポーズなんで、落書きするのとしないので分ければいいかも。
そうですね。
好きに落書きしちゃっていいですよ。
じゃあ。
I scrutinize the panel. Even if I'm uncomfortable with stuff like this, doing nothing at all would kind of make me into a party pooper. Well, Senpai seems to be having fun, so I guess it's all good. I try drawing the picture of a cat on the white area and adding a star. Then I draw cat ears on both of our heads. Senpai and I are turning out pretty cute. I can't let Sora find these under any circumstances. If she sees them, she'll seriously keep teasing us about this for the next 5 years. Senpai smiles with satisfaction. The time limit is just about up, so we move to the next step.
ちゃんと2人分もらえるんですね。
結構親切っすね。
Senpai and I decide how to arrange the photos in each of the frames and finally finish up. Exiting the booth, we go to wait for the photos to print.
どれくらいで、出てきました。
Almost as if they were unable to wait. She were unable to wait a second longer. Senpai picks up the pictures.
どんな感じ？
Peering over her shoulders, I'm shocked at the sight of my overly airbrushed face. Senpai looks pretty cute, but me? That's another person. Senpai starts looking around for something. With a gasp, she rushes over to the small table nearby. Using the scissors there, she neatly divides the pictures up.
どうぞ、新見さんの分です。
ありがとうございます。
Once again, look at the photos. Couldn't I have made a better expression? Senpai was nervous as hell and shows in a funny look on her face. The edges of my lips twitch. Senpai also happily gazes at photos for a while, then takes out her smartphone from her bag. She's going to take a photo of the photo with her phone. First I assume she's doing something silly like that, but I'm wrong. She takes her phone out of the case and peels one of the photos from the sheet. Then she very, very carefully sticks the photo on the back of her phone. A slightly embarrassed, single whispered word. My heart noticeably skips a beat. My heart has raced multiple times in reaction to Senpai, but I think to myself. I think to myself. That's how it is. It's an uncontrollable throbbing of my heart. Doesn't mean I love her back.
私、惹かれるかもですが、こういう友達とする当たり前のことを、ずっと付き合ってくださって、ありがとうございました。宝物ができました。
いえいえ、俺も。
Taking out my smartphone and removing the cover, I stick one photo on the back, just like Senpai
大事
did.
にします。
Why is this? I can't look directly at her smile, so I avert my eyes. Not losing my unease, Senpai grins at her phone. Jeez, suddenly feeling self-conscious and having my heart racing like a love-struck middle schooler. How uncool is that? Ronnie, smile. As I'm about to take my bag off my shoulders to put away the photos, I notice. Rather, I couldn't help but notice. It's him.
先輩。
はい。
あっちでゆっくり見ませんか。ジュースでも飲みながら。
そうですね。
Trying to nonchalantly lead Senpai away from the area.
あれ？高坂じゃん。
Too late. Damn it! The person who calls out to her is the guy who used to bully Senpai. He's got one companion in tow, and both of them are wearing school uniforms. They're not from my school in this area.
何してんの？
Komoto completely ignores me and speaks to Senpai, who's clearly terrified. He's got an obnoxious sneer on his
Senpai.
face.
行きましょう。
おい、なんだよ。
I tried pulling Senpai away by the hand, but they go around us and cut off our escape. What a pain in the ass.
何？誰？
小中と一緒だったんだよ。なんつうか、妹分っていうか、射程っつうか、世話してやってたんだよ。
From the way Senpai is looking down at her feet, Komoto's friend can probably tell they hadn't had a positive relationship. Face is scrunched up like she's incredibly uncomfortable. How to deal with this? People like this, if you handle them poorly, are likely to stick to you like glue. Since they're clearly looking down on us, I guess we've no choice but to show them what we got.
どいてもらっていいっすか？
は？なんで？
帰りたいんで。
てかお前誰よ？俺高坂と話してんだけど。
どけよ。
あ？
おい、もうよせって。
懐かしいやつに会ったから昔の思い出を語りたいだけだって。何？こいつとプリ取ったん？
Komoto grabs the phone from Senpai's hand. What a jerk. Of course, without even thinking, I try to take the photos back. However... Senpai's shout stops my hand as I'm about to reach out. It's the first time I've ever heard Senpai raise her voice. In shock, I freeze up. Komoto is also in a daze, apparently caught off guard by her display of anger.
なんだよ。
それ、大事なものなんです。返してください。
は？こんなもんが大事って。
Senpai is glaring squarely at Komoto as he laughs derisively. The hand I'm holding is trembling. I could have backed her up. I could have jumped in and taken the photo back by force. But I decided to see how this plays out for just a bit more.
いつも、私のものを取り上げたり、隠したり。
は？お前、んなことしてたん？
ちげえって、俺。
私、たくさん意地悪はされたけど、お世話なんてされたことないです。私は妹分でも、射程でもないです。と、懐かしくもない、思い出したくもない。返してください。それが私の大事な思い出なんです。
お前、この子いじめてたんかよ。だっせ。
Pressured by Senpai and his friend rolling his eyes at him, Komoto gets flustered. He's completely unnumbered. I think for just a second he might retreat, but soon I realize I gave him too much credit.
くだらね。
Komoto crunches the photos in his hand. I can't just watch from a distance anymore. Reflexively, my hand reaches out.
おい、話せよ。
お前。 自分が何したか分かってんのか。
It would have been better if he literally didn't say anything. He literally just fucking like grabbed him by the throat, just choke slammed him. Yeah, whoops, I almost read it. Grabbing Komoto's arm, I twisted upward. Pictures tumble out of his hand.
たかがプリで何熱くなってんの？
たかが。
Oh no! That's a no. That's a no. That's a no. That's a no. Ah, yes. Golden times like honey. You're using your powers on a civilian. Stop it. And it slowly starts smoldering Komoto's arm under my grasp. I'm unable to control my raging emotions.
なんか言うことねえが。
は
聞こえてんだろ。
早く謝れよ、河本。お前マジダセえぞ。
すんませんした。
声小せえよ。
すんませんした。謝っただろ。
うるせろ。
Letting go of his arm, I push him aside. Komoto glares at me with his tears in his eyes, but as soon as I glare back, he flinches and turns tail. Senpai crouches down and stares at the crumpled pictures. Okay, so I assume he didn't show the fact that he used the abilities. However, his stigma did appear, so he did use them, which doesn't make it better! With trembling hands, he picks them up. She tries desperately to flatten them out. Tries to put the bent stickers back on into their places on the sheet.
先輩。先輩!
Senpai suddenly stands up and rushes off. She's chasing after Komoto, who's engaged in an argument with his friend as he leaves the arcade. Realizing Senpai's approach, Komoto turns around. That's when it happens. Senpai's hand flies up high. But instead of following through with the swing, she lowers it.
なんだよ。
もう二度と話しかけないでください。
は？
もう二度と話しかけないで。わかったか？
はい。
デート邪魔してすんませんした。おい、行くぞ。
Dragged away by his friend, Komoto leaves in defeat. Sudden encounter with one of Senpai's greatest fears.
ゴースト。
ああ、任せとけ。
Pick up the bag that I had left lying on the floor and approach Senpai as she continues staring in the direction Komoto left. What the fuck is Ghost doing? I'm fucking scared for that Komoto guy. She's standing firm, but she has tears in her eyes. Both of her hands are squeezed into fists. Senpai's trembling. Gently touch her back. Senpai lets out a deep sigh and wipes her tears. Couldn't just let her go home after all that, so instead we come to the park a short distance from the train station. I have Senpai sit on a bench while I put down our things.
飲み物買ってきます。ちょっと待っててもらっていいですか？
はい。
お茶でいいですか？
なんでも。
了解です。
I'm worried about leaving Senpai alone, but I have a little something to take care of, so I head off to the vending machine. Take out my wallet and put some change in the slot. I feel a presence behind me. As I press a button on the vending machine, I move to retrieve the tea I bought. As I press the button on the vending machine and move to retrieve the tea I bought, I speak to
どう
her.
だった？
話つけてきたぜ。つっても連れの方とだけどな。
本当か？
ああ、もう来ねえってよ。あのアホが来ようとしても止めるとさ。
何がしたかったんだあいつは。
連れの話だが、しょうもねえぜ。身内に彼女持ちが増えて焦ってんじゃねえか、だってよ。その話してた時目が泳いでたから、ガチだろうな。
はあ？もしかして先輩に会うために、この辺うろついてたのか？
ラウンド2とかやたらと行きたがってた理由が分かったって。あれだろ、ガキの頃から気になってて、 意地悪して気を引こうとしてたとかよ。今回も同じ手口で口説こうとしたが、反撃食らって玉砕ってわけだ。
ああ、ほくさ。
だな。アホだ。昔自分をいじめていたやつになびくはずねえのにな。笑えるぜ。
で、そのアホは？
この世の終わりって顔してたぜ。報復は、ねえだろ。そんな度胸ねえよ、あいつ。まだなんかあんのか？
アーティファクトの力を使っちまった。魔眼まで使いそうになった。
また使いそうになったら俺を呼べよ。代わりにボコってやる。
当事者の先輩が耐えたんだ。俺が暴力に訴えるのはな。
いいさ。あんまり一人で待たせんなよ。
Like, after he got Ghost became such a fucking good character. Honest to God, I really wish he literally just went to like, you know what? Fuck it. You can stay out. You are a person in my life now. Hello. We are friends now.
ああ、ありがとな。
自分の分身に礼なんて言うなよ。じゃあな。
Ghost disappears. After buying another tea, I return to Senpai.
すみません。
ありがとうございます。
Handing her one of the tea bottles, I sit down next to her. Senpai stares at the label on the plastic bottle in a daze, then with some difficulty takes off the cap and raises it to her lips. After wetting her throat, she lets out a short sigh.
大丈夫ですか？
はい。大丈夫です。すみません。ずっと黙っていて。
You clearly are. This is not something I can drink as quickly as I'm used to, because it does linger in your throat. It's sweet in the mouth, but burns in the throat. So while it's really good, like this is some good shit right here, I can't drink it as quickly as I'm used to, and I accidentally just fucking spilled it. Ah! I swear it's good. The spill was an accident. It's not me trying to have less to drink. I actually also have like a Fragolino wine upstairs. Which is like strawberry wine. So yeah, for some reason I just decided to go real classy in today's purchases.
ただ自分のしたことにびっくりしてて、まだ少しドキドキしてます。
かっこよかったです、先輩。
そんな、全部衝動的な行動で恥ずかしい。
俺はかっこ悪かったですね。すみません、見ているだけで。
いえ、新見さんがいてくれたから怖くなかったんです。私一人だったらきっと震えてるだけで何もできなかった。
She takes out the crumpled pictures from her
私
bag.
だけのものだったら、あーってがっかりして終わったと思います。でも新見さんと一緒に撮ったものだから許せなくて、気がついたら怒鳴ってました。私あんな声出せたんだ。
これ。
Take out my own photos and offer them to
俺のは
Senpai.
無事なんで。
いえ、私こっちでいいです。
でも、
いいんです。見るたびに思い出せますから。私ちゃんと怖いことに立ち向かえたぞって。だからこっちがいいです。一番大事なものはちゃんと守れましたし。
Taking off her smartphone cover, she looks steadily at the photos attached to her phone. She caresses it with her
の
finger.
あちゃんの言った通りでした。 アーティファクトの力を使わなくても自分は変えられる。
一瞬人格変えたのかと思いました。
新見さんとゴーストさんをイメージして真似してみました。
え、俺もですか？
はい。本当はうせろって言いたかったです。
口悪いっすね。
嬉しかったです。守ってくれて。私も頑張らなきゃって思って追いかけたんですけど、一発殴ってやるってそう思ったんです。でもできなかったな。
よかったと思います。
そうですね。暴力は良くないです。
With a sad smile, she touches the photo
私が
again.
頑張れたのは皆さんと出会えたからだと思います。皆さんと出会って仲間にしてもらえて、一緒に笑って頑張って一緒に立ち向かった。
Yeah, fuck her.
その経験が私を強くしてくれたんだと思います。
But seriously, I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't just like fucking like fucking choke slam him. Or he just like grab him by the head and hook the leg and then just smash it on the ground.
イーリスに比べたら河本くんなんてことなかったです。新見さんを失うかもって思ったあの時に比べたら何も怖くなかった。
Squeezing her phone, she raises her face and looks straight at me.
変わるきっかけをくれたのは新見さんです。新見さんが私の手を取ってくれたから、私は前の私よりちょっぴり強くなりました。お姫様になりたいなってずっと思っていたけど、ただ待っているだけじゃダメなんだって。ただ新見さんに守ってもらうだけじゃなくて隣にいたいんだって。自分の足で前に進まないと隣にはいられないんだって気がつけました。さっき頑張れたのは全部新見さんのおかげです。こんなこと言われたら引いちゃうかもしれないけど、私を変えてくれた新見さんは間違いなくずっと憧れていた白馬のナイト王子様です。
The second I read that out, the first thought I was gonna be in Laura's mind, what if his reaction to that is like just confessing by asking her if she would be his princess then, and I immediately just cringe! I still hate the fact that things like that just pop into my head.
本当にありがとうございます。私と出会ってくれてありがとう。
先輩、俺
はい。
先輩のこと好きです。え大丈夫ですか？聞いたことない音出ましたけど。
すみません。変な声出ました。わかります。友達としてですよね。そっちですよね。わかります。
いえ、女の子として。
Now she makes it sound like she's on a kid superhero show. Can't help but laugh. Senpai's eyes are flitting all over the place. She checks in her bag, opens her bottle of tea, closes it again. She's acting totally weird.
だって、私、カレーとかその他もろもろの妄想癖とかドン引きさせることしかしてなかったので絶対にダメだと。
ダメじゃないですよ。
マジですか？
マジです。マジで言ってます。
ドッキリではなく。
そんな悪質なことしませんよ。
今、ソラちゃん んが飛び出してきたら逆に安心するかもしれません。
迷惑でした。
そんなこと、ただ驚きすぎて私死ぬのでは。
死んじゃうなら撤回した方がいいですね。
That sounded like we were already in a fucking sex scene. She probably just isn't able to get the words out, but Senpai's got tears in her eyes as she's shaking her head like a little kid. It's so cute. I think I'm gonna die.
しないでください。
しませんよ。冗談です。
よかった。一つだけいいですか？
はい。
もう一度聞かせてください。
Before I had managed to say those words without hesitation, thanks to the momentum of the conversation. But having to say it again is quite embarrassing. But if Senpai wants me to... Stand up from the bench. Senpai's expression looks a bit sad, but I'm not trying to refuse her or run away. I kneel in front of Senpai and take her hand.
ナイトとか王子様とか、そんな柄じゃないけど、先輩がそう思ってくれているなら、がっかりさせないように頑張ります。だから、これからも先輩のことを守らせてください。先輩の隣で精一杯かっこつけさせてください。先輩、好きです。俺と付き合ってください。俺のお姫様になってください。
That reminds me, in the last video for Mask of Truth, I regretted the fact that I didn't like grab my fan, like one of the fans we have upstairs for a prop. So when today we were shopping and I saw that they sold fans, I immediately bought one. So now I have a prop for you to use for Divided Room with no jokes. For example, this one. You get it because fucking fan in with the Varumono is a bladed fan with the deadly knives and the poison. Anyways,
返事聞かせてもらえますか？
すみません。理想通りすぎて感動で涙が。
Hold on. The fuck? There you go.
私もあなたが好きです。大好きです。私をあなたのお姫様にしてください。
Senpai smiles with tears pouring down her face. She had already confessed to me once, but right now I could feel I could breathe a sigh of relief. The mere 10 seconds before I heard her response had left me full of unease. How many days had I put my hands on hold? Now I feel a sense of guilt. After making her wait so long, I'll need to make it up to her. Beautiful hand I'm holding. Somebody know what Senpai's waiting for. Now's not the time to feel shy. Pull her hand close and gently kiss the back of her hand.
よろしく。俺のお姫様。
はい。ふつつか者ですが、よろしくお願いします。私の王子様。
Nearby says Yoichi just, what the fuck? And so the two of us became a couple. But after being drunk on the atmosphere, I finally sober up. I remember the things I just did, the words that spilled out of my mouth. Flood of embarrassment makes my face burn. Not wanting to break the moment, I try holding on a bit more. But I get too fidgety and I can't do this anymore. This it just isn't me. The way I confess to Senpai must stay a secret no matter what, especially to my evil little sister. And then Yoichi shows up. I'm feeling a bit reluctant about it, I let go of Senpai's hand and stand up, looking at my feet in embarrassment. And then... For an instant, I don't know what just happened. Senpai's warmth. Senpai's sweet scent. The soft heat that touches my lips. My brain seizes up and I can't think. But I know what I should do. I unconsciously wrap my arms around Senpai's waist and embrace her. How funny would it be if we literally just like off at a distance, like really faintly saw Yoichi just like poking his head out from behind something. Honestly, I want that in like a really romantic CG where someone somewhere in the background, just like really small, one of the characters just watching, and afterwards, like they kiss, the scene is over, the romantic scene is over. Suddenly, like, don't mean to interrupt, but I feel her strongly with my lips, with my whole body. The time we're in contact with each other is not all that long. But to me, it feels like an eternity. It feels like time had stopped, and there's just the two of us. But I want to stay like this forever. All good things must come to an end. Senpai's hot breath. Her warmth lingers on my lips. Reluctant to part with her, I once again try to close the distance between us, but Senpai's eyes pop open, and she slips from my arms and takes a couple steps back.
すみません。勝手に盛り上がってしまって。
いえ、もっとしたかったです。
じゃあ、めっちゃ人いますね。
Senpai's way of speaking is a bit out of character due to all her excitement. There aren't a ton per se, but we did finally notice that there are a fair amount of people in the area. She ways away, a group of guys are glancing over at us and grinning. They saw my confession just now. God damn it! It's embarrassing!
帰りましょうか。
Senpai hesitatingly grabs my uniform and lightly pulls on it.
はい。
すでに、私の脳内では、言葉にできないようなことが繰り広げられておりまして、今日、私、帰りたくないです。
Just like when we kissed, my thoughts come to a grinding halt. I know I added the grinding, but I feel it fits better. She doesn't want to go home. Doesn't want to go home.
環境設定です。ボイス音量の設定です。
Off. Okay, I will immediately be notified. That means what it means, right?
じゃあ、帰りましょうか。俺ん家に。
Senpai's rather enthusiastic response makes me a bit embarrassed, but my anticipation of what's coming next also grows. No, that's Discord. There we go. Timestamps. Open that, and there we go. Now it's instant. Let's actually move that over. Holding hands, we start walking back at a wider, quicker pace than usual. This is just standard procedure. I'm just making sure. Don't worry about it. I'm just changing everything already. We arrived at my place. For some reason, we're just standing there in the entryway without taking our shoes off.
はい。
私、さっき、お姫様とか寒いこと言っちゃいましたが。
いや、先輩、それ寒いとか言われると俺も。
すみません。私、彼女ってことでいいんですよね。
もちろん、はい。
つまり、新見さんは彼氏。
はい。ですね。
つまり、ここは、彼氏の家。
ですね。はい。
She's suddenly getting really excited. I'm not gonna rain on her parade by reminding Senpai that she's been here countless times before. Well, I can't understand what she's feeling. After all this time, I'm not inviting my friend from school into my room, but my girlfriend. There's no way I wouldn't get bumped for this!
じゃあ、お
どうぞ。
Senpai takes off her shoes and enters the living room. I follow a moment later. For some reason, she raises her hands and does a victory pose. I just said I understood her feelings, but Senpai is way too much of a free spirit. He's so excited about this, she's acting a bit crazy.
こんな日が来るなんて。神様ありがとうございます。
先輩。
When it appeared her face, she seems to snap back to reality. Or at least I think she does, but then her weird behavior continues.
一応お家に連絡はいたしまして。
はい。さっきスマホ触ってましたね。
そうなんです。お母さんに彼氏ができましたと報告をいたしまして。
早いですね。もうしたんですか？
はい。それで今日はお泊まりだとも報告いたしまして。
したんすか？
はい。頑張りなさいとお母さんが。
What a mom!
そうっすか。
Boy, what an open family the Kozuka household is.
それで
はい。
私うざいですか？
急にテンション落ちましたね。
いえ新見さんがドン引きしてる感がありありと伝わってきたので。
いえいえ、大丈夫ですよ。引いてなんかないです。
そうですか。よかったです。
何か言いかけてませんでした？
はい。お願いが。
はい。
いくつか夢があって、そのうちのいくつかはもう叶ったんですが、もう一つ今叶えてもいいですか？
俺ができることなら。
はい。一緒にお風呂入りませんか？
お風呂？はい、
お風呂です。
一緒にですか？
はい。お風呂でイチャイチャするシチュエーションに憧れがあり。
イチャイチャ。それはお風呂なんで裸
ですね。
Naked!
裸。
婚約の約束はしてないですね。でもフラグ回収的な感じでいつか入りたいなって。ダメでしょうか？
入りましょう。入りましょう、一緒に。
はい。じゃあ服を
そうですね、脱がなきゃ。シャワーだけでいいです？いえ、
できれば一緒に湯船に。
湯張ってきます。
すみません。
After an interminable wait, the water gets hot and the two of us enter it. Well, we managed to do it, but technically, this should still be fine. Technically. But I'm not confident. They're both silent. We're sitting together in a small bathtub, utterly silent. There's nothing but dead silence. I have no idea what to talk about in the first place, and our bizarre positions aren't helping. That Senpai entered first. When I entered the bathroom after all. Senpai had squished herself into a ball to fill half the tub. I think the correct move would have been for me to enter the tub if I were going to hug her from behind, but I couldn't. Not sure what I was thinking, but somehow I ended up with my back to Senpai, hugging my knees. Well, I guess I have my reasons. I can't bring myself to look at her directly. You don't have the guts to touch her bare skin. The biggest one, that my little trooper is already in a heck of a state. No way I can show it to her, press it against her. What the hell am I doing? Hey, at a time like this, what do boyfriends do? Yep, I've got no clue. I'm so nervous, I've turned into a complete web. Oh no, I'm quickly getting dizzy. Even Senpai, who had been raring to go until now, seems nervous. Or maybe she was dismayed at my pathetic behavior. No, if all Playful Senpai would be like that. Tried to reassure myself of that thought. Our backs are touching. We could feel each other's bare skin. For a couple who done nothing more than hold hands and kiss so far. This was way too much stimulation. Will the day come when we'll be so used to this that we won't even think about it? I hope we can keep being together until we get to that point. I'd like that. When I think about how this fluttery feeling could someday disappear, it seems sort of precious and important.
頭がぼーっとしてきました。
He's saying her mind is totally blank.
俺もです。
His
言い
too.
出しておいてなんですけど、裸って恥ずかしいですね。
ですね。めっちゃ恥ずかしいです。
I could just do this.
人格変わっちゃおうかなって少し思ったんですが、新見さんは私と私どっちが好きですか？
Of course, I like the senpai right here. Here, right now. That's probably how I should answer, but I hesitate. Does she want me to reject the version of herself artificially created by using her powers? Does she want me to validate her true self? If that's what she means, I would have answered immediately. But I have a feeling that isn't it.
私の方苦手ですか？
いや、苦手じゃないですよ。なんていうか、もう一人の先輩は、先輩の大人の部分って感じがします。
大人の部分？
こう、なんだろう。表現が正しいのかわかんないけど、妖艶というか。
嫌じゃなかったですか？
めっちゃ照れますけど、嫌ではないですよ。それとストレートに、好意を見せてくれてるわけじゃないですか。嬉しいですよ。素直に。
嫌われてなくてよかったです。
嫌いませんよ。先輩ですも
ん。ずっともう一人の自分ってそう言ってましたけど、今は自分の一部ってそう思えるようになってて、だからよかったです。嫌われてなくて。
どっちの先輩も好きって言い方は卑怯か。
いえ、めんどくさいこと聞いてすみません。力に頼りすぎないようにしようって思ってはいるんですけど、力で作った人格は私の、理想じゃなくて、もともと持っている部分を表に出しただけというか、難しい。
なんとなくわかります。
よかった。だから私を否定しちゃうと私の否定になっちゃって、私も私どっちも好きになってもらえたらいいなって。私なんでこんな話してるんだろ
う。嬉しいですよ、俺。先輩がたくさん喋ってくれるようになって。
そうですね。最初電話すら拒否ってましたもんね。
俺威圧的らしいんで。というか実際手紙もらった時態度悪かったんで、怖がらせないようにって思ってました。
すみません。最初は怖かったですけど、すぐ怖くなくなりました。優しい人なんだって分かりました。
Now this drink would probably be fucking banger with something salty. No, I'm recording. I'm not eating Doritos during the recording. Stop. Bad.
恋人のふりとかしましたね。
まさか本当に恋人になれるなんて。
びっくりですね。
私あの時から新見さんのこと好きでした。
マジっすか。なんつうかありがとうございます。いや、俺は変だな。俺はいつだろうな、先輩のこと好きになったの。
名前。先輩は嫌です。名前呼んでほしいです。
はるかさん。
呼び捨てって無理ですか？年上なので、外では先輩とかさん付けでもいいです。二人きりの時は呼び捨てがいいです。
はるか。
Drawing up my courage, I try addressing her. Unexpectedly, I get no reaction out of her. I've been worried.
すみません。嬉しすぎて意識が飛びかけました。
俺もいいですか？
はい。
下の名前で。
呼 呼び捨てですか？
先輩の、違った。はるかの呼びやすいので。
かけるさん。
照れますね。はるか？
すみません。また意識が飛びかけました。
湯の温度を低めにすればよかったですね。
そうですね。暑いですね。のぼせそう。
そろそろ出ますか？
ですね。
はい。先にどうぞ。見ないようにするんで。
別に見ても、やっぱり恥ずかしいですね。はい。じゃあ、お先に。
Shit. Well, it's still fine enough. Technically, I don't have to censor it. I'm still gonna censor it. I'm getting too panicky. 1:20:40. Haruka's warmth disappears from behind me, and the water splashes as she stands up. I catch my eye wanting to follow the color of her skin at the edge of my field of vision. Haruka leaves the bathroom. For now, I'll stay in here until Haruka has finished changing. Sitting in bathwater that Haruka, my girlfriend, had soaked in. While struggling to keep myself from doing anything perverted, I wait, hardly uncomfortable. After I got out of the bath, I see that Haruka is already sitting on the bed, waiting for me. I prepared the dress shirt she wore from before, like she asked. But for some reason, she's in her school uniform instead. So I think to myself that it's kind of a shame. Maybe my disappointment is showing on my face as Haruka begins to explain.
空気を読めない上に、どうせ無意識にぶち壊してしまうので、言ってしまおうと思うのですが。
はい。
しますよね。
He doesn't say anything more, instead glances at the bed. I'm ready to go and all, but even I can't give her a straight. Yeah, why, yes, we are, ma'am. Instead, I also get flustered and nod
それ
hesitantly.
で、ちょっと考えまして。私、3年生なんです。受験勉強のこととか考えると、実質もっと少ないかもしれないです。つまり、合法的に制服を着られるのは、あと1年も
So
ない
she wants to bang in the
というわけで
uniform.
ですね。要するに。
Haruka looks down and starts fidgeting, perhaps out of embarrassment. But then she looks up again, straight at me, as if she's overcome it. Her eyes glow with fiery passion.
最初は制服がいいなと。
She declares her desire to meet with conviction. I see. I see!
すみません。いつも変な言葉。
いえ、わかります。
本当ですか？
はい。よーくわかります。
よかったです。ドン引きさせたかと。
大丈夫です。じゃあ、俺も着替えた方がいいですよね。今めっちゃラフな格好になってますけど。いえ、
彼氏の家に来ている感があるので、かけるさんはそのままでいいです。でも、かけるさんも制服の方がいいなら。
じゃあ、このままで。
はい。
Maybe Haruka's really turned on right now. I feel pressured after since she's talking much faster than usual. We're about to engage in the act, but is it okay to do it with such an off-putting mood? Well, maybe that's just how it goes. For me and Haruka, our arousal and desire for each other went over the anxiety of it being our first time.
じゃあ。
Haruka moves over to the bed and sits down. I also get onto the bed and sit across from her. Butterflies are in both of our stomachs, no surprise there. Haruka directs her gaze downward, then hurriedly looks off to the side. Probably noticed the bulge in my pants. I'm unable to suppress my arousal. It's about to explode any minute. Normally, we'd set the mood by hugging, kissing, all that stuff. But we're rushing so fast into it, so we don't have time to set the mood like that. I touch her breast. Haruka's shoulders shudder in surprise. It's the second time I'm touching her breasts. But it's the first time I've done so by my own will. I want to touch them more. I want to fondle them. Fueled by those desires, I push Haruka down and begin to take her uniform off. And I feel this is the official start of the sex scene. Yep, her titties are out. And his voice acting is gone. Okay. Someone posted a bunch of Tiara stuff from Final Fantasy F in the server. Some really good stuff too. Anyways, bye. They done fucking!
今日設定です
There we go. She apparently used her powers to, you know, make it safe for him to like splooge it inside. She fluffs out the wrinkles on her uniform and sighs. I said it was a boob job.
ふわふわしてます夢の中にいるみたい
I see myself being able to like save like stretch one whole bottle over 2 recordings. So, and this costs like $4. So, however, I'm going to drink this whole bottle whole since you know there's only like 3 glasses in there. Yeah, my heart's what? Yeah, my heart's still beating fast, he says. Oh, her front is still open. Oh there! As I finish putting on my underwear and pants, Haruka holds me in a tight embrace.
ついてないと寂しいです
Should we stay like this forever?
ご飯食べに行けないですよ
Let's get some delivery and we can just stay here the whole time. Do you want to go out?
いえすみませんふと冷静になってナチュラルに抱きついた自分にびっくりしてます
Took advantage of the situation and groped your breasts still.
ここも大きくなってます
Ah, okay, so this is still a sex scene.
えっとす
That was a lot of scene, despite it no longer being a sex scene. This is literally just the next morning.
環境設定ですダイアログのボイス音量の設定です
He's voiced again. There's literally no more sex scene. No more sex scene? No more sex scene. No. Feels like we might do it all over again.
私もっとしたいです
Doesn't hurt.
ちょっとだけヒリヒリ
Should we rest then? Just a little while?
はい
We exchange smiles and get off the bed and onto the floor. Boot up my laptop and navigate a food delivery site. As we embrace, I skim through the page. What would you like to eat?
精のつくもの
You're really raring to go, huh?
すみません性欲を持て余してます
Well, same here, actually. We look at each other and smile once again. Just by making love once, the distance between us has instantly closed. And there's the present that we secured for ourselves by putting an end to Iris' ploy. It's not all over yet. There might still be trouble waiting for us around the corner. But no matter what's waiting for us, I want to love and protect her. How about some Chinese?
中華いいですね
Such are the thoughts that go through my head as the two of us cuddle together while we look at the monitor.
おはようございます
Haruka smiles the first thing I see when I open my eyes. That alone is enough to make me happy.
いつ起きました？
Oh yeah, it's still safe.
さっきです。寝顔が可愛かったので眺めてました。
恥ずかしいな。
She smiles, then ruffles my hair. I throw my arms around Haruka and bury my face into her chest. I just wanted to do it, no particular
たけ
reason.
るさん、実は甘えん坊さんですね。
Whoops. Fuck. I accidentally kept the fucking screen things on. Here, just feel free to read. This is where we left it off and where I started skipping through, and yeah, just feel free to read. I'm sorry, I'm so retarded. I am a disgrace to humanity.
今まで甘えられる相手がいなかったんですよね。
よしよし。
She pets my head again. You know, I'm not usually happy about being treated like a child.
落ち着く。
一人暮らしはいつからしてるんですか
1年の時からですね。
一人の時間が長かったから飢えていたんでしょうか。
なのかも。包容力とかそういうのよくわかんないですけど。
包容力、それならこちらの方がもっと落ち着きますか。
Haruka's tone of voice shifts. Have to deal with the other Haruka now.
遊ばれそう。
それがお望みですか。
主導権握られると普通に照れちゃうんすよね。
ずっとリードしていただいていましたから、攻守交代。
たまにはそういうのもいいかもしれないですね。
存分に甘えてくださいましね。
甘えろって言われるとどうすればいいのか。
精神年齢をとことん下げてみるとか。
赤ちゃん言葉とか
できます？
そこまで自分を捨てられないな。
じゃあ言葉はそのままで行動だけ赤ちゃんっぽくしてみるとか。
What the fuck is happening?
行動。
まだまだ理性が残っていらっしゃいますね。
自分を捨てて赤ちゃん帰りってのはなかなかできないっすね。
それなら。
Oh no. Haruka smiles seductively while thumbing one of the buttons on her shirt.
環境設定です。システムのメッセージ選択です。
So she undoes each button one by
こ
one.
うすれば本能に従いたくなりませんか。
The boob are actually out. My words are caught in my throat, but without needing to hear me speak, Haruka knows I won't be repelled by this or reject her. I must be making one hell of a face right now, I can feel it. Can't quite put it into words, but it's great! Awesome!
さあ、どうぞ。
That's fucking close. Haruka pats her lap. I'm so dumbfounded that she has to smile and pat her lap again to prompt me to come. Not like that.
さあ、どうぞ。お膝に。
膝枕？
はい。
いいんですか？
どうぞ。
やった。
I squeak. I blush at the betrayal of my voice as committed against my pride. Well, it can't be helped. Getting to lay your head on your girlfriend's lap is every man's dream.
失礼します。
I get up and clumsily make my way to Haruka. My heart pounds as I rest my head on her lap. That was a weird transition. There's one hell of a view, if you could call it that. I can't see Haruka's face because her chest's so close. Not up close and personal, I can say for sure. She's big. I can almost see it now. Come on, just a little bit more. Finally, I have my head resting on her lap, and I can't think of anything but her chest. But man, I want to see and touch! Haruka laughs. Has she seen through me? I wouldn't be surprised if she has.
朝からとっても元気ですわね。
Haruka points to my boy's lower body. I start running my mouth with excuses to cover up my shameful display.
いや、それは朝立ち的な。
朝立ち？
寝起きは勝手に立つんです。はい。
あら、勝手に。そうでしたの。そのような気分にさせてしまったのなら、責任を取ってご奉仕せねばと考えていたのですが。
あ、嘘です。胸見て興奮してました。
I just plonk that down here. I know. I quickly amend my statement. Goodbye, sense of shame.
では。
Haruka shoves her hand into my pants and gropes around. Is that why the sexy music wasn't gone? I even stare at her. Yep. Thank God it turned off the fucking feed because there's nipples on the screen right now.
さあ、かけるちゃん。おっぱいの時間でちよ。
She's saying, "Come on, Kakeru-chan, it's time for your milk." Why? He's like, she pushes her breasts towards my confused face.
どうされました？
いや、どうって。
おっぱいの時間でちよ。
Again, she's saying it's time for his milk.
なんすかそれ。
What's the matter with you?
幼い頃に戻って存分に甘えてくださいまし。
戻ってって言われても。
Baby nursing? Really?
さあさあ、かけるちゃん。
I may have no shame left, but I still have my pride.
どうぞ。
My pride. Thank God I turned it off in time. I am going to note down the timestamp just to be sure, though. So 1:36:50. 1:36:50. Just to make sure that I did actually move away in time. Anyways, be right back. Okay, can be sure that there won't be a sex scene right now. At least I hope. There's always the potential that they do just start screwing in an alleyway, but hey, I have faith that they won't get down to Miyabi levels. Anyways, we head to the train station after having lunch at a diner. Haruka asks me if she can go home for a while to get changed.
じゃあ、すぐ戻ってきますので。
家まで送っていきますよ。
でも。
昨日のこともあるので。ちょっと心配で。
Ghost said that creep wouldn't try to get revenge, but am I not supposed to worry? I wouldn't be concerned if they came from different towns, but the fact that they went to the same elementary school as Haruka probably means they frequent the same train station. There's a high chance of them running into Haruka again. The least I can do is take her back to her house.
でも、わざわざ送ってもらうのは申し訳ないですし。私にはエデンがあるの。
Well, she's not wrong there. They would probably never meet if Haruka willed it using her powers. But that's not really what's gnawing at me right now. As a boyfriend, I should walk her home, and I feel really lame for not being able to do
じゃあ、
that.
せめて。
I call out Ghost. Haruka's probably worried too.
はい、ありがとうございます。
She agrees to let Ghost go with her.
俺ならこき使ってもいいってか？
頼むよ。はるかを一人にしたくない。
冗談だよ。
Ghost holds out her right hand.
無一文じゃ電車乗れねえだろ。
ああ、そうだった。
I take a rail pass out of my wallet and give it to
どう
her.
も。んじゃ行こうぜ。
はい。多分1時間か2時間くらいで戻ってきます。
了解です。
勝手に今日も泊まるつもりでいたんですが。
俺もそのつもりですよ。
よかった。じゃあ、後で。
待ってます。
はい。
イチャついてねえでさっさとしろよ。電車来んぞ。
はい。
Haruka turns around to follow Ghost. I wait until their figures disappear inside the station before heading back home myself. It happens not long after I reach home. I'm wondering whether Haruka gotten back safely when the phone starts ringing. Take it out and see who it's from. Haruka.
はい。
よう、
あれゴーストか。どうした？
俺を呼んで正解だったな。あいつ、名前なんだっけ？
河本か？
そうそいつ。はるかんちの近くをうろついてやがった。
はるかを探してたのか？
さあな。ただそいつんちとはるかんちはなんつうの、学区の端と端だから普通はこっちに来ねえってよ。
何かされたか？
いや、こっちに気づいてなかったしな。
そっか。
どうする？俺が話をつけてやってもいいぜ。
はるかはなんて言ってる？
偶然かもしれねえし、ほっとけってよ。
俺としてはどうにかしたいところだが。
因縁つけてきたらとっちめる。それでいいか？
ああ、頼む。
まだうろついてるかもしれねえから、ちょっとこっちでゆっくりしてくわ。そっちに戻るの夕方か夜になるかもな。
了解。
あとはるか、俺ん家に泊まることになってっから。
ん？
アホがうろついてるのを理由に、怖いから落ち着くまで外泊するって、はるかが親に話したんだよ。
ああ、うん。
で、バカ正直に恋人んちって言ったら、父親の方がすんげえ顔になってよ。
怒った？
逆だよ。落ち込んでた。
あ
あ。だから俺んちってことにしといた。
そういうことか。わかった。
What is her place then?
いいって。ただ、別に今話すことじゃねえんだけどよ。
どうした？
俺にもなんか名前つけてくれねえか？普通の。
They're not gonna think of a regular name!
ゴーストって名前は、まあ別に嫌いじゃねえよ。お前の分身っつうか幻影っつうか、そういう意味だろ？悪くねえ。ただよ、身内以外にどう名乗ればいいんだよ。ゴーストですって寒すぎだろ。
ああ、確かにな。
はるかのやつ、俺を親になんて紹介したと思う？
なんて？
友達のゴースーコちゃんです。だとよ。笑ってんじゃねえよ。んだよ、スーコって。とっさの思いつきにしてもひどすぎんだろ。
考えとく、名前。
頼んだぜ、マジで。ま、こっちは任せとけ。はるかはちゃんと守ってやっから。
ああ、任せたぞ、スーコ。
死ね。
あ。
She hung up. I was gonna ask her to put Haruka on the line. Oh well, she said they'll be back tonight. But still... Komoto. Oh, but really it's just a coincidence. But if he hasn't given up yet, things are gonna get messy. I have to think of a plan just in case.
どうしたもんかな。
That's when you finally wrapped up the stuff with Iris and the petrification incident too. These problems keep popping up. Haruka returns by nightfall, like Ghost said. And I suppose that's good, but He's completely exhausted. She said she was getting a change of clothes, but looking at it now...
どうしたんすか、この荷物。
ちょっとしたいことがあって。
Cosplay?
一緒にゲームしたいんだよ。
Okay, okay. I was the one with the dirty imagination. There, I apologize. I shall go bathe myself in holy water after this to purge myself of sin. I jest, of course. Holy water would burn me.
ゲーム？
テレビ、ないみたいだったので、モニターを持ってきました。
モニター？え？モニター？
古いので、発色良くないんですけど。
いやいや、呼んでくれれば。
それは申し訳ないので。
俺が持つっつってもこう言って渡さねえんだよ。そのせいで死にかけてやがる。
思ったより重かったです。
俺運びますんで、休んでてください。
すみません。
まだなんかあるか？
いや、ありがとう。
じゃあな。
It's so funny every time you just manage just. I go back ghost and proceed to carry Haruka's stuff in the living room. This thing is heavy. Looks like she brought her monitor and her game console with her.
とりあえずここに置いときます。
すみません。ありがとうございます。先に着替えても。
はい、どうぞ。
She crouches down to take off her shoes and gets up again. Haruka starts taking off her clothes like I'm not even in the same room. I do my best not to look, but I catch a few glimpses anyway. Haruka keeps going without a care in the world. Now she's taken off her underwear too. She puts my shirt on over her creamy skin. Haruka sure got used to me fast, but again, she never really objected to showing me her naked body. I'm happy that I get special treatment, but at the same time I feel a little sad that she's not embarrassed at all in my presence. Haruka stops buttoning her shirt and looks at me.
はいはい。
前開けるのと閉じるの、どっちが好きですか？
Hold on, let me
あな
just...
た様の好きに
I'm not taking chances with YouTube in this day and age. I can feel my face burning when she asks the question, but I take it into serious consideration. Clothes is pretty good in itself. However...
開けてる方で。
わかりました。じゃあ、このままで。
Haruka nods vigorously. My brain recognizes this conversation as absolutely stupid, but I ignore it for the time being. Being honest with each other's desires is good enough for us.
モニター、テーブルの上に置いても
Can
い
you
いですか？
stop lifting your fucking shirt like that? You're giving me heart attacks.
大丈夫ですよ。片付けます。
すみません。お願いします。
I moved the stuff on the table aside to make room for Haruka's monitor. I can almost see it because the cloth's just draped over her body. I won't say what, but yep, I can see it. Nice!
よいしょ。電源ケーブル。
俺やりますよ。
ありがとうございます。あとは。
I plug in the power cable along with other interconnects. The console is now sitting right next to the monitor. Haruka turns it on like she can't wait to play.
いつも私の要望ばかりで申し訳ないのですが、恋人と一緒にゲームしたいなってずっと思っていて、協力プレイできたらなって思って、やったことあるかもですが、面白いゲームをいくつか。
Haruka suddenly shouts. Her eyes widen as she starts rifling through her
ど
luggage.
うしました？
かけるさん。
はい。
She forgot the games.
1個しかない。
え？
コントローラー1個しかないです。すみません、忘れちゃいました。協力プレイできない。
She slouches into disappointment while touching the controller. Haruka looks halfway dead. She must have been really looking
買
forward
い
to
に行
it.
きます？
ダメです。コントローラーめちゃくちゃ高いんです。
そうなんですか？
6000円くらいします。
高っ！
この部屋にはないですよね。
ないっすね。俺据え置きのやらないからな。
すみません。私は何のためにこんな重いものを。
じゃあ俺見てますよ。
Whoops.
でも
せっかく持ってきたんだし遊ばないと。俺見てるの好きなんですよ。結構実況プレイとかもよく見てますし。
Cue the bullshit reasoning that Kirito had for finding out that Heathcliff was Akiko Kayaba. No, but nothing is more boring than watching somebody else play an RPG. You need to be slapped. Honest to God, if you haven't watched SAO and just and are even somewhat curious about it, just watch SAO abridged instead. Just watch XA abridged instead. It's like a better anime than the actual anime. Actually, also bought a fan. Not like a hand fan. I mean like an electric fan that you can like plug into your USB. Haruka's mood brightens up.
とか嫌いですか？
ああ、よく見ます。自分ではできないけど、他人がやってるのを見るのは楽しい的な。
じゃあ買ったけどまだ遊んでないゲームがあって。あった、これです。2年くらい前のゲームなので知ってるかもですが。
ああ、タイトルは知ってます。でも内容は全然っすね。
よかった。じゃあこれやりましょう。
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what the fuck was that about?
雰囲気出してもいいですか？
雰囲気？
真っ暗にしたいです。
いいっすね。カーテン閉めます。
お願いします。
How funny what would it be if they like got really into it and like got scared and all that nice stuff, and we're just like cuddling up next to each other, and then suddenly they just like behind them like it's kind of boring, isn't it? And then they just like immediately just fucking start screaming from being scared. Then look behind them, and it's just fucking Ghost just lying on the bed like what? I draw the curtains closed, blocking off the stray light coming from outside. Now the atmosphere is perfect. Bullshit. I still see the curtains open. Sit next to Haruka. Can't wait to play the game, and I look at the screen.
やっぱり発色悪いですね。
全然気にならないですよ。いつもノート PC で動画見てるんで、やっぱでかいといいですね。
The game starts as we talk over it. The plot line is typical enough. The police officers investigate an old mansion because of a mysterious incident that happened there. The officers on the screen step inside the mansion.
うわ、早速死体だらけ。結構グロいっすね。
ですね。何かアイテム。
Haruka starts clicking the interact button, completely ignoring the corpses that jumped out at me. I've always considered myself a casual, but even I can see that Haruka is truly hardcore. She's got a pretty high tolerance for horror games too. At least I think she does, considering how she's doing so far.
まだチュートリアルだからアイテムとかなさそうですね。
She stops exploring and advances the plot. And the plot advances quickly enough. The player is kidnapped by a mysterious man and is now in some kind of ruined building. A misshapen sort of man is dismembering a human body. When the man leaves, the player takes the knife stuck in the corpse, cuts his ropes with it, and escapes the cell. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to sneak around and make sure the man doesn't find you. Haruka, on the other hand.
よーし。
Is she gonna fight him with the knife? Also, I feel like I can just do this now. She takes the knife into her hand and sneaks up behind the man. The man turns around and cuts the player's character down with a hatchet. Haruka designed Metal Gear Solid. Yep.
もしかしたら倒せるかなって思ったんですが、やっぱりダメでしたね。
Haruka laughs as blood forms the words "Game Over" on the screen. That was quite the bloodlust I felt from her. The first thing she did in the game was try to kill the enemy in front of her instead of running away. Haruka can be pretty aggressive in a video game.
よーし、気を取り直して。
Again! The game continues and Haruka finds herself in a spot where she has to run. She's supposed to toss the bottle to draw the enemy's attention away from her. But instead she flings it right at his face. Armed with a knife, she rushes at his back, even though she's obviously supposed to stay in hiding. The man turns around.
今度はチェーンソーでめった切りにされました。
Haruka laughs. This girl's a real killer. Probably more bloodthirsty than the in-game enemy. She feels like she's enjoying the player deaths a little too much. Is she trying to unlock all of them? Wait, no, I'm not so sure. How are you supposed to play a horror game again?
やっと銃が手に入りましたね。
Haruka sounds ecstatic. Oh dear is all I can muster as I'm sitting next to her. It's a whole different game now.
弾薬少ないから節約しないと。
She says while shooting the first enemy that comes into view. She shoots again. Haruka fires his guns as soon as the enemy spawns in. And she's going for headshots every time.
もしかして FPS とか得意です？
対戦はあまり得意じゃないのでほとんどやらないんですけど、キャンペーンモード、一人で遊べるモードがあるゲームはよくやります。
ああ、やっぱり。
そうですか？自分としてはそんなになんですが。
Haruka says this while nailing another headshot. Thank God there's only one controller between us. I'd probably drag her down in multiplayer. And she'll definitely kick the shit out of me in competitive. Haruka smiles when she finds a magazine of ammunition. She proceeds to fill her enemies with lead without showing the slightest hint of fear. As much as it pains me to admit it, I'm a little disappointed with the current development. I was looking forward to seeing Haruka be scared of a horror game. But this girl is has barely flinched so far. She charges through all the jump scares to the point of hitting the game over screen because of her reckless playing. Guess I'll just have to get some shrieks out of her myself. Can't help it, the situation is begging for a practical joke.
クロスボウ、こんなのもあるんですね。
Quietly reach over to Haruka as she's distracted by the new weapons she found.
威力はそこまで。
I caress her thigh. Haruka immediately turns to face me, but I put on a face that says I can't see what's the problem. She starts fidgeting from embarrassment, but her gameplay continues unimpeded. Not good enough. I reach over her shoulder and start fondling. The virtual player reacts to Haruka's sudden movements and starts flailing around on screen. That's what I wanted to see. Haruka starts moaning. Her shoulders tremble adorably. But I feel like she's still doing alright. Her player character stops moving at awkward points from time to time, but she hasn't made any fatal mistakes so far. Which means it's not enough. I reach down to her lower abs and start massaging it. But I can manage to stand her ground despite my fingers tracing something alright. In that case, I'll just have to put my finger in. And her hands finally stop moving. Now I'm satisfied. Haruka, on the other hand, doesn't look so enthused. She wanted to play video games with me today, and I'm sure she's going to voice her complaints. She calls my name with a shaky voice.
かけるさん、お願いがあるんですが。
何？
縛ってもらってもいいですか？
What?
俺に気にせず。
I was expecting her to ask me to stop, so I was set on cutting her off, but the words vanished from my lips. What did you just say?
縛ってもらっても。
なんで？
すみません。はしょりすぎました。
Haruka pauses the game and sets down the controller. I straighten my back, my desire for practical jokes already satisfied. Haruka sits down and looks me in the eye.
ですね。もうゲームとかどうでもよくなりまして。
なんか、すみません。
いえいえ。実際、もう一つの方が私的にはメインではあったので。
つまり SM 的なことがしたい？
そうなんですけど、
Oh, it's probably too straightforward. Haruka is clearly flustered.
そこまでハードなのじゃなくて、ただちょっと縛ってほしいなんて。私、かけるさんが照れてるところとか見るの好きで、S っ気もあるのかななんて意外かもですが、本質はやはり M でして。
There's no reason that you can't be a switch.
ああ、はい。
意外ではないですね。
ですね。割とそっちかなとは。
ですよね。すみません。だから好きな人にはグイグイ来てほしいと言いますか。今もゲームで手が離せない時に体をまさぐられて、もう私、大興奮です。
Haruka clenches her fists and exhales hard for emphasis. I see. It's nice that she enjoyed it too, I guess.
若干引いてますか？
いや、大丈夫っす。勢いにちょっと押されただけっす。
すみません。こんなことばかり考えてて。
いや、潔癖な人より全然いいです。だって、俺もそんなことばっかり考えてますからね。
かけるさん。
しましょう。
So, driven by the strange sense of excitement between us, we begin our admittedly light session of S&M. I just hope I can be big enough. I can be a big enough S.
まずどうしましょう。あ、敬語やめた方が良かったりします？
そうですね。常々もっと上から話してくれていいのになーなんて。
上から、とりあえず脱げよ。みたいな。あ、違いました。
キュン死するかと思いました。
キュン死。
Oh no, it's like all I can think of right now is Horimiya. This is like a Horimiya situation. People who don't know what I mean with that need to go read Horimiya right now. Go ahead. I can wait. Enough waiting.
その路線でお願いします。
あ、はい。できる限りやってみます。
はい。脱ぎますね。
Haruka starts taking off her shirt a little bit too enthusiastically, if I'm being honest. We've only just had sex for the first time. And this is our second day of officially dating each other. And she's completely lost all sense of shame. Haruka sure is greedy when it comes to sex. Not that I'm complaining! I can't wait to get started!
脱ぎました。
She's saying that she's all nude, which is why I will not turn the feedback on.
じゃあ、縛る？
Okay, do I tie you up now?
はい。手とか目隠しとか、初回なのでそれくらいでいいので。
She's saying since it's their first time, he can just tie her hands or put a blindfold on her. First time, she says. It's clear enough that she's expecting a repeat in the future. Anyway, I'll do my best tonight.
ちゃんと持参してきてます。
She's saying not to worry because she came prepared. She goes fishing in her bag and takes a handkerchief. Nah, that's a scarf. Scarves, actually. She gives me all of them.
これでお願いします。
You can do with these, she says.
じゃあ、手縛りますか？
He says it's just tying her hands with these. She happily puts out both her hands. I tie a knot a little loose so it won't hurt as much, but she's very disappointed. The look on Haruka's face tells me that it isn't quite what she's expecting. But alright, I guess. In that case, I guess I'll tie it a little tighter. Her smile returns. Man, she's serious about this. She really wants me to go in hard. But I'm not sure I can do it.
隠しも。
And the blindfold, she asks.
はい。
Please, he says. Haruka eggs me on and I take a thicker scarf to blindfold her with. She has a wide smile on her face. One look at that is enough to tell me how she's feeling.
命令してください。
She's asking for his orders.
命令。
Orders.
四つん這いになって
Get on all fours, he says. Yes, she says. Haruka does exactly as I say and gets on her knees without so much as a complaint. See you after sexing. There's a fucking limit to how horny a pair of people can be. We've been spending the last few days doing nothing but playing video games, making out, and sleeping. We are now wide awake, and even though it's the dead of night because we spent so much time relaxing, the munchies compels us to go get some food. The supermarket is in front of the train station is still open, so I step in and grab whatever looks good. Take the time to walk around outside a bit instead of going straight home.
こんな時間に出歩くことあまりないので、ちょっとドキドキします。
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare.
日中は騒がしいですけど、やっぱこのくらいの時間だと静かでいいですね。
よく出歩いたりするんですか？深夜に。
たまにですかね。連休とかで夜更かしした時とか。あ、敬語抜けねえな。
無理しなくても大丈夫です。私も敬語やめろって言われてもなかなかできないと思いますし。
さすがに家族には敬語使わないですよね。
そうですね。普通です。
少しずつ慣れていきたいですね。
そうですね。
Neither of us have a destination in mind, and we find ourselves at the park. This place has a lot of memories for us, so maybe our feet just gravitated towards it. There isn't a single soul around at this hour. I wouldn't say it's romantic. In fact...
ちょっと不気味っすね。
ですね。お化けってそう。
ゆっくりしてこうと思ったんだけど、さっさとか。
Push Haruka out of the way. A lurking shadow cuts across my field of vision.
河本？
どうして？
Komodo gets back up and charges at Haruka with a shout. This isn't the time to think! I get him with a roundhouse kick, and when he falls, I pin him to the ground and shove his face into the dirt. He has stigmas all over his body? I knew it!
もユーザーだったのか。かけるさん、大丈夫。
Hold him down with all my strength as he's flailing about. His body is riddled with stigmas, and I can't get through to him by talking. He's gone berserk. In that case... Flames start burning Komoto. Questioning him is useless if he can't understand me, so I might as well knock him unconscious. Such tremendous strength! Can't hold him down. Does his power boost his physical strength or something? Komoto continues to struggle, but he's not necessarily trying to break free. It's Haruka. I've only noticed it just now. This guy has lost all his wits. He's just still fixated on Haruka.
Haruka! こいつなんとかするから逃げろ!
He howls at Haruka and then claws at the ground to drag himself closer to her. Why is he so strong? He can't hold him down! Damn it, I have no choice.
Komoto! 俺の目を見ろ!
They yank Komoto's hair and force him to face me. His movements immediately cease. The evil eye has claimed another victim. I'm able to stop his movements for now, but if I keep using the evil eye on him, Komoto will turn to stone completely. What if he literally just activates it and deactivates it continuously at a very fast pace? And then he'll die. So what now? He'll go crazy again once the evil eye wears off. Can Haruka purify him with her powers? The stigma on Haruka's body is activated. Crap, that means she's already been using it. We can't produce the best possible circumstances when the time calls for it. But if this is the best path Haruka's power is pointing to, then so be it. Komoto's extremities begin turning to stone. Petrification has begun. At this rate, should I do it? I can't. But there's the guy who was terrorizing Haruka. The kind of guy who was going to assault her for rejecting him. I have to put a stop to it. Here and now. The choice is clear. I have to kill him. Oh! Yoichi! I hear a familiar voice. Then a spear runs through me and Komoto. My consciousness goes dim. The evil eye releases its hold.
どきなよ。僕がやる。
陽一。
Haruka grabs me to peel me away from Komoto. The spear is planted in the place I was, and Komoto is the only thing it's piercing.
終わりあっけな。
Yoichi picks Komoto's motionless body with his foot. Pokes with his foot. What is Yoichi doing there?
名前呼んでたけど、こいつ知り合い？
いや、知り合いってわけじゃ。
あ、そう。ならいっか。こうなったらもう死人同然だし、知り合いだったら悪いなーって。
死に？
殺したのか。
結果的にそうなっただけだよ。こいつ暴走してたでしょ。ほっといても自滅してる。さてと。
Yoichi squats down and starts poking around Komoto's body. See if Yoichi's here.
アーティファクトを探してるのか。
うん。
まだユーザー狩りをしてるんだな。
あれ？ないな。
陽一！
待ってよ。もう無差別にはやってない。
は？
だから、無差別にはもう殺さない。こいつみたいに暴走してたり、悪さしてるやつだけ。あ、信じてない？まあいいけどさ、僕なりにカケルが怒らないラインを考えた結果なんだけど。殺しは絶対ダメって感じ？でもしょうがないでしょ。こういうやつ相手だと。
Like, I
好きでやらないと。
legitimately did not feel any kind of like that like I don't blame Yoichi like at all. Don't kill people. Like, this man has gone berserk. The only way to cure him would have been to like somehow administer ambrosia. Because even if Miyako was there, it was already going out of control. I feel like he would have died anyways, even if she did grab his artifact. So I feel at that point it's okay to, you know, like, go for the mercy kill, basically. No reason to make him suffer. He's gonna die anyway, so I might as well make it quick.
でしょ?
I say nothing, but he wants me to agree. Yoichi has a point too. I did try to kill him.
そっちの邪魔をする気はないし、悪さをする気もない。お互い干渉しないって方向で話をまとめたいんだけど。
私も。それで納得してもらえるとありがたいわね。
Sophie comes out of a tear in space. So that's what's
陽
going
一と
on.
組んだのか。
暴走したユーザーはあなたたちの手に余る。人を殺める覚悟がないあなたたちには。
だから僕みたいなやつも必要ってわけ。あと、お互いに監視する存在がいないとね。
監視？
まさか、自分はこうならないと思ってる？
Yoichi looks down on Komodo's body. He smirks and raises his face.
かける？
He pierces me with his chilling
今回は
gaze.
止めてあげたけど、次はないよ。力を持つと使いたくなるよね。わかるよ。かけるの気持ちが。僕にはよくわかる。いつかけるがこっち側に来るか、楽しみにしておくよ。その時は、気兼ねなく殺すから。
二人は帰りなさい。あとは私たちが処理するから。
行こう。はるか。
はい。
I take Haruka's hand. We leave the park together. Will I ever go over? I have a theory. He will eventually kill a user that's gone berserk. And it'll be Yoichi. Yoichi at some point in the story will actually go berserk because of overusing his powers. And it's going to be him that actually puts him down, basically, I feel.
おい、
なに？
どっちだ？
私よ。私。
やっぱりか。
無差別には殺さない。よく平然と嘘をつけるわね。
そっちこそ、よく僕の前に出てこられるね。
手加減してあげたじゃない。今だって助けてあげたし。
誰も頼んじゃいない。こいつのアーティファクトも渡す気ないからな。
その子、持ってないわよ。アーティファクト。
は？
実験の産物。スペアボディが欲しいんだけど、これは失敗ね。
まだ諦めてなかったのか。
もちろん、あなたの体もね。
実験にしても、こんな雑魚の体を使うなんてね。
違うわよ。この子、カケルたちと関わりがあるみたいだったから。
嫌がらせか。性格悪。
性格悪い者同士。これからも仲良くしましょう。
はあ？
私がいないと、アーティファクトを探すのも一苦労でしょ？
うっざ。邪魔だけはしないでよ。
もちろん。いいコンビになれるわ、私たち。
I walk home, it's quiet. Haruka's worried about me. Try to talk about something, anything. But I can't break the silence. She's probably noticed by now. How I tried to kill Komoto. The power of the evil eye drew me in. Yoichi's words stuck with me. They pierced my heart and I can't get them out. The day might really come when I finally kill someone. There's actually something that I feel. Light spoiler for Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen treated this very well. Like, if you haven't watched the anime or read the manga, something is wrong with you anyways, and your opinions don't matter. Basically, how they handled it in Jujutsu Kaisen is that the main character didn't want to kill someone just because he's like... It's not that he's, like, afraid of, like, the guilt that it causes, or how, you know, he doesn't want blood on his hands. It's more that if he were to kill someone, it would become an option to him. An option in daily life to get rid of problems. And that casual mentality towards murder is something that scares him. So he does not want to kill, because he does not want to slowly but surely fall into that mentality. So when the first time he has to kill something, it's like a cruel prank from the... I forgot what from the curse that embodies the fear of humans, of other humans. When he basically, like, spawned a bunch of curses, like, transfigured humans that he turned into humans that he basically just morphed into curses. So they're basically just, while they are still human, they're basically irrecognizable. And they act like small children wanting to play. And going after him while the curse itself is trying to take down one of the person who's basically been looking after the MC. So when that is like the first point where he has to kill someone, he's like proper done. He's like, you can see how effective it is. He's basically like this 1,000-yard stare after they're done with the mission. But he doesn't like get hung up on it for too long. because he did have to do it because, you know, otherwise someone else would have died. And this is a reality which he needs to get used to when fighting that curse. He's not trying to kill, he's trying to basically save them from suffering. And I feel like they handled that pretty well. That's just me, though. Actually, it isn't, because a lot of people apparently feel that way. Warmth envelops on my back. Haruka doesn't actually know what she's doing, and her trembling breath is proof of that. She speaks slowly and stutteringly, struggling to put her emotions into words.
私ずっと考えていることがあって、かけるさんが私を好きになってくれたのはアーティファクトの力なんじゃないかって。
いや、それは。
分かってます。分かってるんです。かけるさんはちゃんと私を好きになってくれてるって。でも私は弱いから不安になっちゃうんです。もしかしてって。私がアーティファクトからもらった力は他人を運命を思うがままにするようなそんな強い力です。全然コントロールできなくて周りに迷惑をかけてもう一人の自分を作って自分を守って言い訳してそんな弱い私でも力をちゃんと扱えるようになりました。きっかけはほんのちょっとの勇気でした。その勇気を与えてくれたのはノアちゃんにソラちゃんに九条さんそしてかけるさんです。
Haruka holds me tighter. Her feelings flow right through me.
もしかけるさんがいなかったらきっと私は都合よく言い訳して力を好き勝手に使ってイーリスみたいにみんなを苦しめるようなそんな風になっていたのかも。あの人の言うこっち側に行っちゃってたのかもしれません。自分を見失ってもう一人の私が本当の私になって見境なく力を使うようなそんな未来もあったかもしれません。けれどかけるさんに出会えて正しい力の使い方ができるようになりました。私は本当の私を見つけることができました。全部かけるさんのおかげです。ずっと私を守ってくれたからこの背中が守ってくれていたから私は勇気を出せました。だからごめんなさい。頭ぐちゃぐちゃで何が言いたいかと言いますと力は力に過ぎなくて使う人間によって良くなったり悪くなったり役に立たなかったり役立ったりそういうものなんだと思います。使い手次第で変わるって私に正しい使い方を教えてくれたかけるさんが自分の力を正しく使えないはずがないってそう思うんです。それが言いたかったんです。
ありがとうございます。
Haruka knows how weak I feel without me telling her. That's why she's trying to encourage me. And it really does cheer me up. Because she gets it. Skull understands me. Words are like balm on my irritated heart. If I'm so scared of these powers, then I could just let go of them. I'll be able to do that soon enough. But seeing my fallen humanity manifest itself with a desire to kill a fellow man, that caused me despair. It was no desire. It's starting to piss me off a bit. This was no desire, it was a need. There was a need, or your and Haruka's life would have potentially been in danger. Actually, forget just you and Haruka. A lot, a lot of people that he encountered would have been at the threat of being severely harmed, since this was a man completely taken over by his own powers. It wasn't a desire to kill, it was a last resort which needed to be taken in this situation. Well, it didn't need to be taken in this situation, but only because Yoichi actually stopped him. Yet, wretched man that I am, Haruka still shows compassion for me. That alone is enough to make me laugh. But the Soul King is too ridiculous not to laugh at.
すみません。なんか、一人で悩んじゃって。
いえ、私もどさくさに紛れて抱きついてしまい。
もうちょっとこのままでもいいですか？
はい。大丈夫です。
俺、さっき本気で河本を殺す気でした。余一が止めてくれなかったら、俺は一線を越えていた。
私が止めるべきでした。
遥が謝ることじゃ。
いえ、ダメなんです。私はかけるさんの力になりたいんです。そのための力だと、私なんだと、そう思ってます。だからかけるさんを支えるのはいつも私でありたいです。
じゃあ俺がまた闇落ちしそうになった時はお願いします。
There is a difference between wanting to kill and having to kill. You won't join the dark side because you killed someone just to save multiple people.
はい、私もかけるさんも未来をつかむ力を持っています。だから二人ならきっと無敵です。でもいきなり自信なさげなことを言いますが、私がポンコツでもノアちゃんたちがいますから。
I didn't know she was a demon.
だからかけるさんは大丈夫です。不安になんてなる必要ないんです。かけるさんは大丈夫です。絶対。
はい。ありがとうございます。まだまだやることはあるけれど、頑張りましょう。
Haruka holds me tighter in her arms. I can feel her warmth surround me. Reassures me that I'm not alone. I don't know when we'll finish collecting all the artifacts, but I know it will end someday. We just overcame a difficult challenge. Doubtless, many more challenges will... Doubtlessly, many more challenges will come our way. We'll just have to take them on one at a time. In the end, we'll rise above it all. Until that day, when we can be free of these powers. I must keep moving forward, so that I don't drown in this ocean of my own powers. Together with my friends. And with the one I love. A few weeks have passed since the battle with Iris. The ambrosia was completed, and having an alter contract with the World's Eye, Miss Naruto was set free. One could say that the threat Iris posed was essentially gone. But Sophie that appeared on that day wasn't really Sophie. Yoichi and Iris are still connected. Both of those facts mean that we still likely had battles to fight ahead of us. We would need to fight Yoichi, who was still lying in wait somewhere in the city. But now wasn't the time for that yet. We still have things to do.
場違い感がすごいです。
That's a nice CG there.
俺もです。こういう場不慣れなんで緊張しますね。
Haruka and I anxiously look around the hall. Aunt Kujo pulled all the strings she could to sneak us into this party. Not that we came here without any desire to feel like... Not that we came here out of any desire to feel like
ターゲ
celebs.
ットが現れた。
I hear Yuki's voice from my small headset. I turn my eyes to the entrance at once. There.
ターゲット、確認しました。こちらも、確認できました。
へへ、いいね。スパイみたい。雰囲気出てきた。
空、集中して。
Wait, so they actually got like headpieces?
すいません。
見失っちゃう。
大丈夫。見えてる。
I casually keep the target in my field of vision. It's a female student who also happens to be the president of a company, and has recently become the talk of the town. We suspect her of misusing an artifact's power to increase her company's influence.
はるか。
はい、見ました。
Stigma appeared on the girl's hand as she shook hands with a middle-aged
今
man.
力を使った。ユーザーで確定だ。
了解。そのまま監視を続けて。
了解。
話のわかる人ならいいんですけど。
ですね。ただ力を使うことに躊躇がなさそうなのかな。
握手をした人に使ったってことは、精神操作系とかでしょうか。
かもですね。相手を操って取引を有利に進める。
ある種、私の介護官でしょうか。能力で優位に立てるなら、交渉もしやすそうです。
強引に霊薬を注射するのは避けたいですね。絶対後で揉めますし。
そうですね。穏便に終わらせたいです。
力を使って利益を得ているんだから、揉める予感しかしませんが。
That concludes our idle chatter, though. The target is on the move.
ターゲットが会場出た。
追いますか？
あ、すでに尾行してまーす。
私も一緒にいます。今は、一人みたい。
後期ね。では、ミッション開始。
了解。
了解です。
Haruka and I exchange glances and nod. Our job is to retrieve the artifact. If she's using it prudently, that's fine. She would let us take custody of it for a short while in that case too. But if she's using it for ill intentions, we can't leave her be. We'd have to retrieve that artifact. All the artifacts need to be collected if this town is to regain its peace. Our battle won't end until then.
行こう。はるか。
Precious. No. No. Bad. That's Cyrus, isn't it?
ああ、やっとつながった。
Oh no, that's
ど
Sophia.
う？私の声は聞こえているかしら。やっぱり、意思疎通は難しいみたいね。そもそも、私の姿も見えてる？あなたの姿も私からは見えないし、存在を感じる、といった程度。まあいいわ。声は届いているみたいだし、勝手に喋らせてもらうわよ。もうわかっていると思うけれど、一応自己紹介しておくわね。私はソフィーティア。そう、あのソフィーティア。原体じゃなくて本体の。苦労したわ。あなたを見つけるの。思った以上に遠い世界にいるんだもの。ま、そんな話はいいわね。話すことはたくさんあるのだけど。そうね。まずはイーリスのことから。カケルには話していないことがあるの。イーリスは
Oops.
魔術の研究者だった。魔術師じゃない。ただの研究者。才能がなかったのよ。魔術の。カケルには話していないことが
Yeah,
あるの。
go ahead and finish that one.
あなたにはしっかりと話しておくわ。誰よりも魔術を愛し、誰よりも深く魔術を理解していたのに、才能がなかったために魔術を扱えなかった。だから地位は低かったし、いくら知識だけあっても尊敬されることは決してなかった。蔑まれていたと言ってもいい。下っ端だから、流出したアーティファクトの回収なんてつまらない仕事を押し付けられた。 なぜイーリスたった一人で回収していたのか、疑問に思ったんじゃないかしら。別に他の世界が混乱しようが、どうでもよかったのよ。だから、下っ端の研究者たった一人に、アーティファクト回収を命じた。イーリスはナルセ家の力を借りて、アーティファクトを回収した。それが、イーリスの転機だった。魔術を扱えないイーリスにとって、アーティファクトは魅力的な道具だった。回収したアーティファクトを素直に渡す必要があるのか。自分のものにできないか。そう考えたの。魔術師たちはこの任務を重要視していなかったから、監視の目はない。今なら大量のアーティファクトを手に入れることができる。あとは、わかるわよね。誘惑に負けたのがあのイーリス。そして、誘惑に抗い、しっかりとアーティファクトを返還したのがこの私。そう。私もイーリスなのよ。あの女と同じ、イーリス。誘惑に負けたイーリスは、すべてのアーティファクトを手に入れるために、世界に最悪をもたらした。誘惑に打ち勝ったイーリスは、世界を守るためにセフィロトを設立し、アーティファクトを厳重に保管した。私の選択で世界が枝分かれたの。お互いに干渉できないくらい大きくね。
Ah, okay. That actually makes sense why we don't actually ever see them actively interact, yeah.
世界を滅ぼす魔女イーリス。世界を守る聖女イーリス。私には二人の私がいる。聖女なんて呼ばれるほど綺麗な身じゃないから、今ではソフィーティアと名乗っているけれど。つまり、そういうことなのよ。イーリスは私のふりをしていたんじゃない。私の原体を、声を真似ていたわけじゃない。もともと同一人物だから、同じ姿、同じ声だった。それだけのことよ。世界の目を通して、お互いにもう一人の自分がいることは認識していた。認識していただけ。干渉はできなかった。けれど、この世界への扉が開いたことで、事情が変わった。まさか別の世界で、もう一人の自分と交わることになるなんてね。
Wouldn't you be able to save Narusa then if she were to inhabit her first?
ようやく、私の過ちを正すチャンスを得た。お願いがあるの。イーリスを、あの魔女を、召してほしい。できれば自分でやりたいけれど。理由は話した通り。私はただの研究者で、アーティファクトも最低限しか所持していない。あの魔女のように、強大な力を持っているわけじゃないの。つまり、弱い。私では魔女を滅ぼせない。だから、あなたに頼るしかない。どう滅するか。その方法は、悪いけれど、まだ見つけられていない。でもきっと、あなたなら打ち勝てる。鍵は、9人のユーザーたち。かける、みやこ、そら、はるか、のあ、さつき、よいち、れんや、そして、あなた。
Of course.
おぼろげに伝わってくるわ。あなたの感情が。これは戸惑いね。
It's less confusion and more like, fucking course, that's what it's gonna be. So, how is this gonna work? Go ahead. Fucking lay it on me. Am I going to get fucking run over by a truck tomorrow and be reborn into the Nine universe? That would actually suck a lot.
やっぱり、ちゃんと力を理解していなかったのね。安心して。ちゃんと説明するわ。
I have the power of deleting the game, or installing the game, or skipping through the game to the end, or, you know, writing fan fiction where everything is well and Iris dies. The many powers at my fingertips.
かけるにはかわいそうなことをしちゃったけれど、オーバーロードのユーザーは あの子じゃなかった。カケルのアーティファクトは世界の目のその断片。怪我をした時に体内に取り込んでいた。断片ゆえに枝の観測ができるほどの力はなかった。けれど別の力が発現していた。異世界への扉を開く力。そう。カケルは独自のゲートを持っていたの。そのゲートを通して9番目のあなたとつながった。
Guess it also makes sense why he hasn't seen any other world lines except the ones that we've seen. The explanation is that we as the user of Overlord relay the information to him or something.
そろそろ話が見えてきたんじゃないかしら。そう。9番目のあなたは別の世界のカケル。カケルと魂を同じくするカケルの同一存在。
I mean, I guess I can be a bit of a sarcastic arsehole at times.
ゲートを通し、あなたはカケルとつながった。そして、カケルの内側から、時には俯瞰的に世界を観測し、干渉してきた。
Listen, I got enough interfering with worlds and stuff like that. I just got done interfering with the world for 7 hours a few days ago. Please leave me alone.
つまり、オーバーロードの所持者は、あなたよ。
You know, let me just, put you on hold for, a year or two. Don't worry, this fucking Overlord user over here. This one shouldn't matter. I'm not, of course, not gonna put this game on hold. I simply jest.
オーバーロードはカケルのゲートを通り、9番目のあなたにもたらされた。どういう形であなたの手に渡ったかはわからない。けれど、あなたはオーバーロードの力を用い、カケルと同調し、運命を変えてきた。
You know, it's real weird, but Overlord manifested itself into the form of an icon of your spiritual body in feeling different emotions. It's really strange. I guess you could also say that it's manifested in the form of a start button.
より良い結末へと運命を導いてきた。ならばきっと魔女を滅する運命もあなたならばつかめるはず。世界の支配者たるあなたなら。反応が薄いからどこまで伝わっているか不安ね。とにかくあなたが頼りってこと分かってくれたかしら。
Aren't you understands, right? I feel very empathetic towards this. It's just not fourth wall break bullshit.
以上。あなたが私の期待に応えてくれることを願っているわ。ああ、そうね。最後にもう一つ。いつまでもあなたとか9番目なんて呼ぶのは味気ないわね。名前をつけてもいいかしら。
Is it gonna make me type in my name?
安易な思いつきだし、あなたの世界の言葉でどう聞こえるかはわからないけれど、ダサくても文句は受け付けないわよ。それじゃ、今度こそ話は以上。頼んだわよ、ナイン。
That's what the game's called, 9-9. Fuck off. Fuck off! Yo, if I could, buy a replica of the fan from Tavarono, I would. This does not mean that if any of you send me links to people who have actually done that I'm going to buy it. Could involves having the money to buy it. Anyways, and with that, we're done with 9-9 episode 3. Someone did tell me that the start of the next game immediately just fucking goes off. And I've already planned ahead. Oh no, I didn't download episode 4. No. I've already decided that I'm gonna be recording Kinkoi on Sunday if I were to beat episode 3 today. I've already decided on that yesterday. Gotta make sure to make Scott fear for his life that I'm going to catch up to him again. Anyways, I jest, of course. I jest. I don't know why I say I jest, of course. So often today. Kinda weird. It really is kind of hot down here, actually. I should have brought the fucking fan. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Wait, somebody asked me to do like speculations. I don't know, but I've seen like a screenshot before. That is like the fucking main highway that you see them walk to school a lot, and a lot of shit is going down in that. So sadly, I've been spoiled for one screenshot. It's actually two screenshots. One is a CG with all of them just posing for a fight or something, I guess you could say. People who played the game probably know what I'm talking about. Basically, I accidentally saw that CG at one point. And the other background at one point, so I know things gonna get really weird. But hey, once we play it, things will actually become crystal clear. That's the one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye-bye.